welcome to one more questions and answers space. Have been so much fun to create such a space. That come questions I never heard and that I don't know how to answer. I discover while speaking. So I welcome you very much here, Meera. And this is a 3 minutes open magic space. So you bring your questions and even discover what questions do you have. Maybe you say, I don't have questions. Okay, so you can use this space to discover which questions do you have about Rage Club, about feelings, or whatever questions come to the surface. Space is open. And I pass the mic to you.
My sister actually recommended that I attend this. She did Rage Club a few months ago. We lost our mum last year, and she said that it's really helped her, and so she recommended it for me. And she hasn't really given me much information, and I think it's because she wanted me to find out for myself. So it's a really basic question, but I just wanted to know a bit more about Rage Club.
Great introduction.
It's amazing starting point question. Do you want to start, Gabriel?
Sorry?
Yes.
I'm asking Gabriel. Do you want to start, Gabriel? What was it Rage Club to you? Your experience.
To me, it starts with the question, what is rage? And what it can be used for. And also the thing that we don't have a training basically at school about feelings. And what is interesting and also could be frightening with anger is that is a fire to ignite. And to wake up some feelings that kind of being covered. So I would say it's an entrance door to feeling work. And in feeling, it's different from emotion. I don't know if you had this distinction, Meera, before. If
Not really, no.
told you that.
Yeah.
So I will also start with that feeling is different from emotion.
Yeah.
Like, an emotion repeats through time, like it stays, and also it comes from the past. And a feeling is to handle a situation. So it has a different purpose. And I would start with that as an opening, because it's like opening to feeling work.
Gabriel? Could you give an example, a practical example of the distinction of feeling and emotion? So, an example that you discovered recently.
Yes. And I try to find one with anger. Yes. Okay, I have one. For example, I am in a kind of disagreement with I'm in a disagreement with a person. And when I come to start to discuss, I feel this emotional anger coming into the space. Like she always do that, like voices in the head coming, and she keep telling me the same thing, and she don't listen to me. And it has a kind of flavor of victim anger. And it's coming from the past. It could come from my childhood. I guess it's coming from my childhood. So what I do is that I put a note in my notebook, and I know that I can come later to go for a healing or to work on it. When I feel the feeling of anger is more for example, it happened with the tires. It's really simple, but with the tires of my car, I had to change. And I felt that this was kind of dangerous because I saw there was a crack in a tire. And I used my anger to totally directly, book how to say, to a garage and make the repair and change the tires. So I use this feeling of anger as a fuel to get directly to a decision and make an appointment.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have a question to you, Meera. Could you share some anger that you feel today or yesterday?
You know, I'm trying to sort certain things out with my mom's estate, and I'm feeling a lot of resistance from my dad. So, you know, he's got some documents of my mom's and I need them. And there's real anger there because he's not helping. He's asked me to do it, but then he's not helping where he should be helping me, if that makes sense. Like, he's got these documents, he's got these numbers that I need, and he's not passing them on. So that's been something that's been causing me quite a bit of frustration and anger this last week.
So I'm listening you this last week. You feel a lot of frustration and angry about about this documentation thing related to your mother, and that he should support you, and he is not doing that.
Yeah, he hasn't supported anything at all.
Yes. And how did you use this anger, or what did you do with this anger you felt?
Nothing yet. I've just come to a bit of a block.
And what's blocking this anger to you use this anger?
I don't know. There's a fear of, I know there is a workaround, but there's that fear that I will upset him if I go around him to sort this out.
So you feel fear of upset him if you use this anger.
Yeah. So I'm angry that he won't help and he's not supporting. And at the same time, I am scared of upsetting him if I go another route, and almost I feel like I would be going behind his back, I guess.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that. And I want to take this example and add on with what you bring, Gabrielle, to add on to the answer, what is about Rage Club, Meera. And the Rage Club is an initiatory space where we go through learning together as a team. So it's a team building process to learn to navigate the emotional body. So how much years did you spend in school? How many years?
Sorry?
How many years did you spend in school?
In school?
Yes.
Including university or before?
Yes, including university.
I stopped studying when I was 25.
Wow. So let's put 20 years. 20 years.
20 years. 20 years, yeah.
Okay. You spend 20 years of your life in a space basically to learn to use this part of your body, right? To learn how to think, how to analyze, think about solutions to the problems you create, learning to create problems, learn to make a math, learning to read, learning to do a lot of things with your mind, right? And as Gabrielle said, we spend 80 years of our life to learn to navigate our emotional body. How many years did you spend learning to navigate, to feel?
I don't think I did.
Yeah, me also. I started 1 year ago.
Okay.
So this is the paranormal. You spend 20 years learning to think, and you, and even you didn't learn how to think. You learned just to think about something. You didn't learn how to think. You just learned to think about math and about science and about, I don't know what you studied, but about literature and about what people already created before. But you didn't learn to how to think. And even then, you didn't learn how to feel and what to deal with this angry when you feel this angry when you're relating with your dad and in these logistics things that you have to deal about the documentation. So this information comes to you and you don't have the tools to deal with that. So the Rage Club is a space is and I say initiatory space because in when you initiate yourself in something, you are capable to take more responsibility about something than before. So when you are initiating your anger, you are capable to take more responsibility about what you want, about saying yes or no clearly, about communicate what you really want to communicate, about going to your dad and saying, Dad, I make a proposal to you. I want that you do this documentation until the end of the week. Do you accept? And you use your sword and you don't let pass his gremlin. And the gremlin is this part of him that can say, no, I don't want to do that, or let go, then I deal with that, or you care about this, I don't give a shit. So you learn to use a sword to cut his throat and say, look, this is important to me, and I want to do that. What you want to do? So this is a space to take back your sword, take back your voice, take back what you really care. And this is include healing process. This is include teamwork. This is include exercises. This is include group dynamics, and is a starting point of learning to feel. It's not something that will solve your problems or that you will arrive in some place because, as I said, it's a journey of how to learn to feel. Because you spend 20 years to learn to think. So it's not in 6 weeks that you will learn to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a starting point. And I could stay a long time just speaking what does mean Rage Club. But you really just get it if you experience that and went through. So this is a summarizing that I could share from my own experience participating and holding space for.
Okay. Thank you.
I would just add to what Gabriela said that it's about experimenting and finding yourself, your way of dealing with blocks or whatever blocks you from going somewhere and experimenting. So this is a starting point.
Okay. Yeah.
And it seems that you're feeling something right now after all we said. I'm curious to listen what's going on inside of you.
No, I'm just really just absorbing what you're saying because it's so true. I spent all that time in school learning how to think. Well, no, sorry, learning what to think and not really how to feel and how to deal with my feelings and my emotions and express myself.
And this is a big realization, such a big realization that could bring a lot of, at least for me, when I speak about that, I feel so much sadness. Realizing that in me and in the world, realizing that how is it? I feel sad because the consequences of that in my life and people around me. So whatever feeling comes to you, realizing that it's welcome.
Yeah.
And this is an
Thank
addition
you.
I want to add. It's the Rage Club, but it's include all feelings. So a lot of this is a misunderstanding about like it's a Rage Club, so everyone will go just crazy, "Ah!" and it's not about that. It's going. We start with the rage because the rage is the energy to hold space, like accessing the anger. You connect with the part that is capable to hold space to yourself. Do you feel to hold space? Do you feel sad? Do you feel fear? And even do you feel joy? And but does it mean that you just will feel rage? Actually, in my first rage club, I remember I feel most sad because my anger was so blocked with sadness. I tried to get angry and the sadness come and was pure sadness and try to get anger and sad and try to get anger and sad and was such a way to mix the anger and the sadness inside of me to really get access to my real and pure anger that is not emotional, that is the pure guardian inside of me. So yeah, I just want to add on that.
Okay.
And we can start right now because I'm seeing that you're feeling something. Will you want to express what is there as a starting point for thinking?
Yeah. The thing is, though, I'm not sure how to.
What do you mean?
I mean, it sounds really silly, but a lot of the time I just don't know how to express my emotions.
It means that the space we are in is shifting from a modern culture that says that feelings are forbidden because it might hurt others or it might harm someone, to radical honesty, a space where emotion and feeling are welcome. So it's a totally different space. There's a shift. And there is no, I mean, there is no pressure in that. I'm just, yeah, feel free just to be with. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, that's the purpose. One of the purpose of the space is to be with.
Okay.
And I can give you a hint because for me it helped a lot when I started also this work. It's like you can start with I feel fear, anger, sadness, or joy because, and it helps to speak from the feeling instead of trying to analyze it or wrap it somehow.
But I see this is where I think I struggle the most because I feel like I'm always over analyzing.
Yes, and I heard you don't know how to do that. It's perfect to start where you don't know and knowing that you overanalyze it. And it's
I
experiment. There
realize
is
your sound is a bit like kind of difficult to hear. There is
testing.
Now it's
Testing.
better.
Okay. I was saying that it's perfect. You don't know how to express it and that you overanalyze it. This is experiment. It's not wrong or right way to do it. One possibility, you try it now. And if you overanalyze it, okay, just try it.
I don't know. I mean, I feel a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of sadness because my mum isn't here. But then there's something deeper than that as well.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for showing your sadness.
I'm sorry, I don't know now. This is where I think I'm overanalyzing. What now? What do I do?
Yeah, it starts with this, like feelings or expressing feelings in a raw manner, like really from the beginning is taking you to a place where you don't know, and it's scary. So here comes the fear. It comes and put you in your head and start analyzing.
Yeah, it's like coming this thing that what do you do now? And 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 what if you don't need to do nothing? Like, yeah, what happened in you when you express your sadness? You feel sad about your mother is not here anymore, and then it's the silence, and then come this, I don't know what to do now. What happened? And just be there.
And it could be also a great map for you, like to make a drawing of it. Like, okay, when you feel the feeling, you have this and this and this and that happens. I would say it's a great moment for self-observation. Like, oh, okay, that's what is happening. Like, it's not like, because you can also go into the mind for judging yourself, like, oh, it's wrong, or I'm doing something that maybe it's scary, so there's some voices coming in the way. My proposal is just for you to observe what's going on. Like, that's the first, just self-observation.
Okay. I honestly, I'm struggling right now because this is the first time I've ever done something like this, and it's a lot harder than I was expecting it to be.
Yes. And in what you already shared, there is already a response, because hard can be four different things. Could be anger, could be sadness, could be fear, could be joy.
Mm.
The harshness that you feel is connected to a feeling.
Okay.
So I would say that you're neither doing something wrong or good. It's just that you're feeling in a certain way, and everybody's feeling differently.
Yeah.
And And I would say that already what I see is that I sense some fear and sadness when I look at you.
I don't think you're wrong.
And what about saying just I feel fear because, and I feel sad because, and try, just don't try to analyze it and just say how it flows from you. Doesn't has to make any sense. Like you can be afraid of the wall behind you, for example. This is okay. There is no necessary meaning.
You want me to say it now?
Yes, would you give it a try? I know that you say that it's hard. And also I want to like kind of give space to that. Because most of the time when I see something, or for me, from my own experience, when something is hard, is that there is the fear of the feeling. And then I put pressure on the feeling and I say, oh no, 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 my feeling. And I try to put it away. And that makes the experience hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, as I said, there is no right answer. Like everybody's feeling different.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm really finding this fight very hard.
You feel fear because
I feel fear because I guess I'm just embarrassed. I'm feeling a sense of embarrassment and yeah. It's not even embarrassment, it's vulnerability.
yes, you fear because you are being vulnerable now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm with you in your fear of being vulnerable. It's such a huge thing, being vulnerable in a way that we are always pretending that we are okay. That we are, that everything is okay. We are fine. How are you? I'm fine. And this fear, it's such welcoming.
Yeah. I want to say that I feel joy seeing your fear and your sadness right now because I can connect to you. I can be with you in this space of vulnerability and connection. And it brings a different flavor. And I would say it's a starting point. This flavor of vulnerability and is a starting point. And I want to share a story that a friend of mine shared because she came from, I don't remember her country. I think it was Bolivia. And when she arrived in my country, I guess you are also in Occidental country, Meera. Where do you come from?
I'm in England at the moment.
You're in England.
Yeah.
So Europe and let's say North America has this behavior of, closing from feelings.
Yeah.
It's very common. When this friend arrived in France, I live in France, she was so afraid because she couldn't read the faces. and it was very scary for her because she was coming from a country where it was natural to express feelings. And to me it was a big realization, like, oh, okay, there is really a cultural mindset that really affect people.
Mm.
So I want to name it, to name this scarcity.
Corset?
Scarcity.
It's
Like
corset.
the feeling of fear, of not showing, need to protect, like in a society where it's needed to protect from everything, basically. It kind of sounds crazy when I think of it.
I saw the time it's that we agreed it's already gone, and I want to check if you, Meera, yeah, I'm available to stay more 9 minutes, and I want to check with you, Gabriel. Are you available
Yeah.
to more 9 minutes? Okay, and because I want to use this more 9 minutes to check with you, Meera, what else questions do you have? And yeah, for just these 3 minutes, I sense that there's already a lot of things moving inside of you, what you bring, and this connection with the feelings and the fear of being vulnerable and sadness and anger and how to do that. And it's it's look like too much. And yeah, I want to use the time to listen more one question or two questions, and we can answer together.
If I'm honest with you, my main question was what fundamentally is Rage Club, and I wanted to know more about it, and I just felt I do feel it resonates with me. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the space that you've both held for me today. Thank you. I don't really have any more questions, if I'm honest.
Okay,
And I want to name something beautiful that you brought into the space for me in the answer of what is Rage Club. And I would say it's about this radical authenticity and this commitment to the other. It's like, for me, we will open spaces for you also to practice and to say to the other one that will join, be honest. Tell me your truth. Tell me your feelings, or share your feelings. That's a space for cooperation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's coming one more thing. To say, yeah, that touched me so much when you share about your fear about being vulnerable, and touched me because connect when I how this fear it's sometimes present in me of being authentic and being alive when I'm surrounding by people that is not alive, and this fear of showing up and saying that I'm sad and that I'm feeling fear, and this one of the flavors or the purpose that me and Gabriel bring to this space is rage for aliveness. So this is also add on, and already going to close this space since you don't have any more questions, that this space of Rage Club, it's a specific to connect with rage for aliveness. And what does it mean? It's becoming real. It's becoming aliveness is not about just it's much more about becoming real of what's really going on, what is inside of you. And yeah, it's going through this plastic nice face we learned to do to show that we are nice, and being authentic with what is going on inside of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is a specific thing that we also it's bringing to this space, and it's a cooperation. So when you bring your necessity, this space is reshaped also. So you are part of a team. It's not a curse. The Rage Club is not a curse. It's a transformational space, which means we don't have a program like a methodology where we each meeting we will do that, that, and that. Like we don't know what will happen, what process we will do, because it's what you bring also. And yes, period.
Yeah. I would have so much to add, but I want to close also. And it's really about navigating. As the word navigating, where are we going to sail together?
Yeah. Okay.
And I in the 3 minutes we agreed. I have a question to you, Meera, is if you have a yes to joining the team, and if you need something for us to make it happen to you.
Yes, I do want to join. And my sister has sent me the calendar of all of the upcoming Rage Clubs, but I'm not sure I can understand it properly. So I just wanted to know if you know which ones. I know, is it you're leading one in starting in April?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
sessions, it's 6 sessions happening Tuesday, starting 11th April.
Yeah, so I've got the information for that.
Okay. So I celebrate be with you and this team, and anything else logistically or another questions can come up to you, contact me, Gabriel, and yeah, I'm open.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you, Meera.
Thank you, Meera.
Bye.
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 See you.
Bye.